just went out to have a cup of coffee with Josh Bush from Youth. It was a good coffee. The place was called a Coffee Lab. It was really good. They actually roast their own coffee there, which is quite surprising for coffee shops. They usually just get the coffee like pre-roasted, but they actually get these really big bags of coffee beans and they roast them in their shop so that they've got already roasted beans to use.
You don't know what to represent for the body's DJ, him a lock down the whole place.
Anyway, I just got back from there. We were just talking about my walk through Christianity, that kind of thing. So just got back from there. I've been waiting all day for this video to export. And I've got about we've got 7% more to go on that video. Ben's on his way now to drop off a few clips from his bike experiencing on his GoPro, on his helmet, so I'll have a look through those and see how he's doing. Also, later on tonight, me and Mum are going to a degustation up in One Tree Hill. This is a 6-course degustation, and a degustation is basically just 6 or more really small meals that are enough to like fill you up at the end. Basically, there have been a lot of MasterChef Australia challenges to do with degustations, and they look really good behind the scenes. And once, you know, they bring it out, it's like really, oh, it looks good. I'm actually really enjoying this. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking photos of each meal there, and then at the end I'll explain what it was. Like, when I get back home, like the day after, I'll explain each dish on its own and how I tasted it and my thoughts on it. That kind of thing. And then I'll tell you whether you should go or not. I already reckon you should go, even though I haven't been there yet. But if you haven't been to a degustation, go to one. Looks really cool, and probably tastes amazing. Anyway, so I gotta wait for Ben to get here so that he can drop off the clips. So, yeah.
Easy going with my people here, chilling with my brothers.
So we've just had the first 2 dishes of the night. So we've had the roast tomato consommé, which had cleaved in mozzarella, olive, garlic, and basil. And we've just finished the seared scallops with brown butter, jamon, cucumber, and summer herbs. Both were really good dishes.
In there, friend, we go. Will you take my hand? Take me back to the Jamrock land. Come.
We've just finished our final meal, which was the dessert, which was the 53% chocolate one. I must say, the food has been excellent. And I'm just about to have another coffee.
With me, I will show you, see.
Man, that degustation was good. Let me just walk you through what I had. For the drinks, they had an options of real cocktails and mocktails, which are non-alcoholic cocktails. And for my mocktail, I chose a Virgin Mule, which is basically a really fancy ginger beer. And before we got like our actual full-on dishes, we got this little platter of fresh bread that was really good. I usually don't like bread with butter, but in this case it was really good. So after that, we had our first little entree of the day, and that happened to be our roast tomato consommé with cleaved-in mozzarella, olive, garlic, and basil. It tasted really good. It was quite sweet though. It was it's a sauce. And it looked really fancy, as you'd expect a degustation to be. It was quite sweet, but I suppose that's normal for a consommé. After that, we had seared scallops with brown butter, jamon. We have no idea what that is. We couldn't figure that out. Cucumber and summer herbs. That was quite good. The only little thing that I could say is a little less brown butter. It was very, very, very buttery, and it was okay with everything else, but maybe a little less on the plate. And then as our last little entree thing, we had Rao Kumara wild venison tartare. And if you guys don't know what a tartare is, it's basically raw red meat, usually. So it can be either beef, venison, that kind of thing. It's kind of like gamey meat that's not necessarily minced, but tender. And it's always like either raw or cooked in acid, in an acidic thing. For example, lemon juice, things like that. And that was our favourite entree between me and Mum. That was our favourite by far. And then, the good thing is they let you chose between 3 mains. Between local market fish, which had zucchini, sweet corn, octopus, and sea asparagus. I don't even know what a sea asparagus is. Hereford grass-fed eye fillet with celeriac, smoked mushroom, garlic, and ox cheek. Or Freedom Farms pork belly with parsnip, cider apple, sage and onion, or crackling. I had the Hereford grass-fed eye fillet, which was really, really pull off the bone kind of meat. It was off the bone because it's an eye fillet, but it tasted really good. The only thing was, the sauce that came with it was kind of like a red wine oily sauce. For me, it kind of took away a little bit from the taste, but overall it tasted really good, and the smoked mushrooms that we had were extremely smoked. They didn't really taste a lot like mushrooms, but tasted good. And my mum had Freedom Farms pork belly, which I happened to try a little bit of the cider apple, the crackling, and the pork itself, and it tasted really good. What they did for the apple was they cut it into cubes, and I think they might have like soaked it in something. I don't know what it was, but it tasted really good with everything else. And then after that we had our first dessert of the evening, which was passion fruit curd, which consisted of frozen yogurt, blackberry, vanilla, and sherbet. That was really good. The thing that you have after the dessert that you have after the main is always like a palate cleanser and a light dessert before you have the final dessert, which in this case was 53% chocolate, which had strawberry, macadamia, caramel, tarragon, and olive oil in it. That was really, really chocolatey, and I loved it. Anyway, I'm running out of battery pretty soon, so I'm just going to say that I had a coffee after that, which was a cappuccino. Really good coffee. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Love will live for eternity. Friend